For years, the enigmatic connection between Prince and Diddy has sparked the curiosity of music fans. These two titans of the industry, each influential in their own right, shaped their careers through markedly different paths. Prince, known for his musical genius and his fight for creative freedom, represented the artist struggling against the restrictive powers of the music industry. Diddy, on the other hand, has often epitomized the corporate side of music, becoming a symbol of the very industry Prince rebelled against. This contrast between them paints a complex picture of their impact on the music world and their legacies. Prince's relationship with the music industry was fraught with tension from the early days of his career. His battle with Warner Brothers is one of the most well-documented fights for artistic control in modern music history. Prince believed that as the creator of his art, he should have full ownership over it. However, the contracts he signed in his youth gave Warner Brothers control over his music catalogue, a standard practice in the industry that Prince came to detest. The label, which had a vested interest in maintaining control over his lucrative body of work, refused to budge on these agreements. This set off a series of public confrontations, with Prince famously appearing in public with the words "slave" scrawled across his cheek, symbolizing how he felt the industry had shackled him creatively. Diddy's journey in the music industry was dramatically different. He built his empire through Bad Boy Records, a label known for launching the careers of some of hip-hop's biggest stars, including the notorious B.I.G. While Prince fought for artistic independence, Diddy thrived within the system, using corporate power structures to his advantage. He became a mogul by embracing the business side of the music industry, crafting deals and partnerships that cemented his place at the top of the entertainment world. Diddy's success, however, did not come without controversy. His business practices, particularly regarding contracts with artists signed to his label, have been criticized over the years. Many former bad boy artists have spoken out about feeling exploited, echoing some of the same frustrations that Prince had with Warner Brothers. The relationship between Prince and Diddy deepened further through personal encounters. Diddy frequently hosted lavish parties at Prince's home, although Prince was rarely in attendance. These gatherings became infamous for their wild nature, with reports of extravagant and controversial activities that sometimes made Prince uncomfortable. Despite this, the two maintained a curious connection, perhaps drawn together by their mutual understanding of the complexities of the music industry, even if they approached those complexities from vastly different angles. After Prince's death in 2016, his fight for artistic control continued to resonate throughout the industry. His estate became embroiled in legal battles over ownership of his music, reigniting conversations about the rights of artists to control their creative output. One such dispute involved Jay-Z, a close associate of Diddy, who was accused of releasing Prince's music on Tidal without authorization. This incident highlighted the very issues Prince had fought against for decades, issues of control, ownership, and the exploitation of artists by powerful industry players. Prince's fight for his music and creative freedom was not just a personal battle, it became a broader movement that inspired countless other artists. He questioned why record labels held so much power over the works created by musicians, likening them to delivery services that handled distribution but had no claim over the content itself. This analogy struck a chord with many, reinforcing the idea that artists deserved more autonomy and a larger share of the profits generated by their work. Prince's journey paved the way for future generations of musicians to challenge the status quo and demand fair treatment from the industry. In the end, while Prince and Diddy took different paths, their stories are intertwined in the broader narrative of music and power. Prince's untimely death may have left some of his battles unresolved, but his legacy as a champion for artist rights remains undeniable. Diddy, despite his role within the corporate structures that Prince fought against, continues to be a major figure in the music world. Together, they represent two sides of the same coin, one advocating for independence and creative control, the other mastering the game of business and corporate influence. Their stories serve as a reminder that the music industry, for all its glitz and glamour, is still a place where power, control, and freedom are constantly in tension. As fans reflect on the careers of both Prince and Diddy, it's clear that their legacies are more complex than just their music. They are symbols of the ongoing struggle between art and commerce, a struggle that will likely continue for years to come. Prince's fight for independence and Diddy's embrace of business both offer valuable lessons about what it means to succeed in an industry that often puts profits above creativity. Ultimately, their stories challenge us to think about who truly holds the power in music and who should. This unusual connection left a profound impression on someone who had once privately conversed with Prince, during which he explained that the elevator symbolized the devil in his songs. When it was reported that Prince was found in an elevator, this person felt deeply unsettled, sensing an eerie irony in the circumstances. Prince's death came as a shock to many fans, as his lifestyle did not align with the narrative of a painkiller overdose. Known for his clean living image, Prince was intensely health conscious, following a vegan diet, abstaining from alcohol, steering clear of drugs, and maintaining a regular workout routine. This reality struck fans deeply and served as a sobering reminder. Even those who prioritize health can fall victim to premature and inexplicable tragedy. His death remains unsolved, leaving many questions unanswered. The legacy Prince left behind in music and culture is monumental, and his enduring battle with Warner Bros. Became one of the most iconic aspects of his life. While his music resonated with countless fans, Prince's decision to control his work and public image carried a powerful message about independence and self-determination for artists. He actively resisted Warner Bros., pushing for artistic freedom and ownership in a system where many artists felt bound by restrictive contracts. Despite these conflicts, Prince continued to create prolifically, using his platform to call for change in an industry notorious for its exploitative practices. In the weeks leading up to his untimely passing, reports began to emerge that Prince's health had been deteriorating for some time. Rumors swirled that he may have suffered a drug overdose shortly before his death, an incident that appeared to coincide with several cancelled shows. During a recent flight home, he had to make an emergency landing, reportedly receiving anti-opiate treatment upon landing. This fueled concerns about his well-being, leaving fans to question why he wasn't receiving consistent medical care given the apparent health crisis. For someone as high-profile as Prince, with a demanding schedule, it seemed reasonable that he should have been closely monitored by a physician. The absence of professional care in his final days struck many as a concerning oversight, especially considering his physically taxing tour schedule. As Prince's declining health came under scrutiny, rumors began to surface that he had been aware of potential threats to his life. Some suggested that Prince suspected a looming danger, hinting that they were after him, a sentiment that reflected a broader narrative about influential figures being targeted for challenging or exposing the inner workings of powerful industry entities. Days before his death, Prince shared a cryptic social media post, later deleted, that read, "Just when you thought you were safe." The post only heightened speculation that Prince sensed what was coming, an idea that gained further traction after his final public appearance at Paisley Park. During this event, he reportedly advised attendees to wait a few days before you waste any prayers. This haunting remark left both fans and conspiracy theorists pondering its meaning, as it appeared to foreshadow his tragic demise. Many speculate that Prince's passing wasn't simply due to health issues, but was a calculated silencing. Kanye West, a vocal critic of the music industry's treatment of artists, has been one of those to voice his suspicion, drawing parallels between his own struggles and those of Prince. Kanye has often referenced the exploitative practices of major record labels, echoing Prince's own fight for creative control. Prince's defiance against Warner Bros. In the 1990s became a powerful statement, especially when he famously wrote the word slave on his face to protest his lack of autonomy under his contract. In a similar vein, Kanye has spoken out against the slavery of artist contracts, encouraging fellow artists to reclaim their rights. Kanye's affinity with Prince doesn't end with their shared battle against the industry's exploitative tendencies. Kanye has claimed that Prince actually gifted him the song Jail as a gesture of solidarity, signaling his approval of Kanye's stance against unjust contracts. Kanye also sees their journeys as connected, noting that both he and Prince, as Geminis, share a rebellious spirit that often leaves them misunderstood. Kanye believes that in the era of social media, Prince would have been seen similarly, an outspoken figure challenging the music industry's entrenched systems. Esteemed producer L.A. Reid once remarked that while Kanye's musical style differs from Prince's, he is comparable in influence within the world of hip-hop. Kanye's outspokenness about artistic autonomy serves as a contemporary parallel to the trail Prince blazed years before. Diddy's involvement in this multifaceted narrative adds an intriguing layer, as his actions within the music industry contrast sharply with the principles Prince championed. Through Bad Boy Records, Diddy built a reputation, but not without attracting significant criticism for the way his label treated its artists. A notable collaboration with Warner Music Group gave Warner a 50% stake in Bad Boy Records, ensuring the label's extensive catalogue would reach audiences globally. This partnership allowed Warner to distribute Bad Boy's catalogue, including releases by artists like Mace, the Notorious B.I.G., Mario Winans, and Diddy himself. When discussing this deal, Diddy touted its significance, claiming it cemented his label's financial future and would preserve Bad Boy's influence for years to come. However, the same corporate tactics that Diddy endorsed were precisely what Prince had spent years fighting against. As a staunch advocate for artistic rights, Prince resisted these practices, denouncing the exploitative control record labels held over artists. For many, Diddy's business maneuvers appeared to represent the very systems that Prince had sought to dismantle. This ideological divide may have contributed to tensions between Prince and Diddy, with Prince seeing Diddy's approach as perpetuating the cycle of artist exploitation. To add further complexity, shortly before Diddy faced his first lawsuit, he made an unexpected move to return publishing rights to former Bad Boy artists, including the Notorious B.I.G., who had been a staple of the label since its founding in 1993. While some saw this as an attempt to correct past wrongs, critics argued it was a case of too little, too late. Over the years, numerous former Bad Boy artists have come forward with stories of feeling exploited under Diddy's management, alleging that he profited significantly while leaving them with little financial reward. These grievances echo the very issues Prince dedicated his career to addressing, as he sought to protect artists from similar exploitation. The narratives surrounding Prince's life, his resistance to industry norms, and his untimely death have left an indelible mark on the music world, intertwining his legacy with ongoing discussions about artists' rights and industry ethics. As the debate about his mysterious passing persists, fans continue to look back on his life's work, drawing connections between his journey and that of other outspoken artists who face similar battles today. With figures like Kanye and others carrying on Prince's fight for autonomy, the message he sought to amplify remains relevant, resonating with a new generation striving for control over their art in an industry that often prioritizes profit over creative freedom. The battle for creative freedom in the music industry has always been a contentious one, with some of the most influential artists fighting to retain control over their work. Prince, a pioneer in this regard, is widely remembered for his defiance against major record labels and his determination to maintain ownership of his music. His fight resonates to this day, influencing a new generation of artists, including Kanye West. The similarities between Prince and Kanye are undeniable. Both challenged the power structures of the music industry, both were publicly criticized for their outspoken views, and both left lasting impacts on how artists navigate their careers in a system that often seeks to control them. However, these struggles aren't just about music. At their core, they reflect a broader quest for freedom, agency, and independence in an industry known for exploitation. The circumstances surrounding Prince's death in 2016 remain mysterious, fueling endless speculation and conspiracy theories. Some believe he was silenced due to his outspoken nature and his resistance to industry control, a narrative that seems to mirror other artists who have fought similar battles. While the official cause of death was an accidental overdose of fentanyl, the ambiguity surrounding his final days only intensified suspicions. Prince's legacy, however, goes far beyond these theories. His impact on the music industry, particularly in the fight for artist independence, will be felt for generations. Whether or not the rumors about his death are true, what's undeniable is the legacy of resistance he left behind, inspiring artists to take control of their creative destinies and assert their rights. This issue of exploitation isn't unique to Prince. Over the years, Diddy Combs, a figure who has been both a titan in the music industry and a target of criticism, has faced numerous accusations regarding his treatment of artists under his label, Bad Boy Records. Founded in 1993, Bad Boy quickly became a powerhouse in hip-hop, launching the careers of stars like the Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Mars. However, as the label's influence grew, so did discontent among its artists. Many of them felt trapped in contracts that provided them with little financial return, despite their significant contributions to the label's success. This issue highlights the broader conflict between artists and record labels, where financial exploitation and lack of creative control are persistent themes. One of the most outspoken critics of Diddy's business practices is Maze, who played a crucial role in Bad Boy's rise to prominence in the late 1990s. Mars has publicly criticized the contract he signed early in his career, which he claims only gave him a $20,000 advance in exchange for his publishing rights. In the music industry, publishing rights are a valuable source of income, entitling the rights holder to royalties from the use, licensing, and streaming of their songs. In 2020, Maze reportedly offered Diddy $2 million to buy back his publishing rights, but Diddy allegedly refused the offer. This refusal sparked outrage among fans and industry insiders who viewed Diddy's actions as another example of exploitation within the music industry. This situation underscores a larger issue, one that has plagued the music industry for decades, where artists often find themselves locked into deals that benefit labels at their expense. Adding to Diddy's controversies, his personal relationships and alleged misconduct have also come under scrutiny. Thank you all for watching. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, so we'll have to pause here for now. We really appreciate your support and can't wait for you to join us for the next part of this video. Stay tuned and see you soon.